These cakes are gonna be the death of me. Okay, so we made a basically spiced banana cake earlier today. I popped them in the oven. They were not setting correctly. They both underbaked. And one of them I scrapped completely because it just was not really worth saving. And then the other one, I kind of just scraped out what was a not set, and then I put the rest in the freezer just to like snack on in the future whenever I need something sweet to snack on and I don't have anything. So it's in the freezer there. I say all that to say that we're making a cake all over again, which happens sometimes on this channel, which is why it's a learning channel. It's not the learning channel, but it is a learning channel because I'm learning along the way, so you get to watch me learn, which is also why I'm a home baker, not a professional baker. And another reason why I still haven't opened the micro bakery, because I still am trying to get confident enough to be able to have a proper repertoire of recipes that I can point to and bring to life. So we're here, part of the learning process, and we're making the cake again. So back to some of what we did earlier this morning. I didn't have fully ripe bananas, and so there was a tip to ripen them in the oven, and this is like leaking. So let's get this banana out of its skin so that it can finish cooling down, because we'll have to mash it for our recipe, but we're gonna wait till the last minute to mash it. But I'm trying to not make a total mess here. There we go. One banana out. This is hard. Not hard, this is just interesting. It's tactile. It's an interesting feeling. Definitely worth, okay, at least I know in the future that when I have a very ripe banana, that the best thing to do with it besides make banana bread is this hummingbird cake. All right, so we're gonna let this banana hang out while we weigh out the rest of our ingredients. Let's get rid of this. Clean up a little bit. Okay. Okay. We need butter, eggs, and milk to come to room temperature, so we're gonna get those out first. And let's get this oven coming to temperature. So we need milk, we need butter, we need egg. Right? Yeah, and then everything else comes out of the pantry. Okay, so we need 135 grams of milk. Meow. 135 on the dot. 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 Yes. Oh, actually, I want to try something new. I want to try something new with the setup. We're going to try something new. Hi. Ooh, what do we think? Ah, already better. Yeah. Ooh, that's better, right? That kind of looks more like YouTuber official. Okay, I like it. I am once again, I tried to make it earlier today. It was a little bit of a fail. So I went to the drawing board. I adjusted the recipe a little bit. And so I am trying to make a pink deconstructed hummingbird cake, inspired by a creator on Instagram that I found on Instagram. She was doing what she was calling a deconstructed hummingbird cake. And because I found a pink pineapple at the grocery store, I decided to make it a pink tropical. Oh, and I also found fresh, como se dice, passion fruit. So I decided to call it a pink tropical hummingbird cake. But we're making it again because it was a little bit of a fail this morning. And again, I went to the drawing board, made some adjustments. And so now we are coming back to the table with the adjustments, a little prayer, and hopefully this one is not a fail. So right now what I'm doing is pulling out all of our wet ingredients that need to come to room temperature. So we need two eggs, and they go into the recipe separately. So like as in one at a time. So we're gonna, oh, here, so you can see what I'm doing. There. Right? Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to take two eggs. Great. One egg. Two egg. Okay, great. We have our two eggs. One egg, two egg. Actually, let's put one of these lights right here so you guys can see better. Let's see. That better? Yeah. One egg, two egg. Okay, now we need butter. And so we're using Kerrygold unsalted butter. We need some music. Great. We need 165 grams of butter. So we're going to take our butter and we're going to cube it. We're going to just cut it into little cubes with our knife, because that way it softens faster. Whee! 125 grams. Ah! $112. How do I read that? Hey. We need 125. 118. 123.7. Sounds like a radio station. Ugh. Needs to be 125. 124.3. Ugh. It just jumps too fast. 124.2. 125. There we go. On the dot. Okay. Cuidado que no nos escuche. Okay, now we need 165 grams. Now we need, okay, we have our butter, we have our eggs, we have our banana, and we have our milk. So now we need sugar and vanilla extract to finish out our wet ingredients. So 165 grams of sugar. 165. Uy. 165. 65 on the dot. Ooh, today is a day on the dot. Okay. Now we need 1 teaspoon. A half, quarter. Where is she? Where's the teaspoon? All right, so if it's a full one, it's just 2 of these. Vanilla extract. Voy cazando y muero perreando. Voy cazando y muero perreando. Voy cazando y muero perreando. Okay, so we have we have our butter. We have our butter. We have our sugar. We have 2 eggs. We have our vanilla extract. Oh, I gotta weigh out the banana. I need to swap out batteries. Give me 1 second. Battery. Hi. Okay, I think you can see. Okay, perfect. Sorry. Technical difficulties for a bit. Okay. Back to our mission at hand. Okay. We need 170 grams of our banana. $58, 89, 119, 154. We need 170, 166, 172. I need 170. Boom. 170. Okay. That's all of our wet ingredients. Now we need to prepare our dry ingredients. Okay, we need cake flour, oat flour. Okay, so we need, I want you guys to be able to see without it falling over. Oh my God, if anybody was around when it fell into the batter, that was a day. Okay, let's go. 270. No, no te puedo borrar, tú me enseñaste a querer. This is King Arthur cake flour. 270. Pero como tú ninguna. $270 on the dot. Ooh, I should go play the lottery. It's been hitting on the dot a lot. Okay, and now we need 20 grams of oat flour. So we have King Arthur oat flour. Grams. Okay. Now we need 1¼ teaspoon of baking powder. 1¼ 1¼ Okay. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay. So there's 1 teaspoon. I actually want to bump up the spices a tiny bit. So we're gonna go 1. Now let's go 1¼ Okay. That's our cinnamon. What are you making that needs such precise weighing? I'm baking. It's always better to be as precise as you can when you're baking. That way you can replicate things precisely. Baking is precise. Cooking is more loosey-goosey. Okay, we need... We're gonna go 1/4 with the cardamom. And then let's go 1/2 with our nutmeg. Because it's a spiced cake, and I also want to make sure that it can go from spiced to like spice bomb really quick. So that's another reason why I'm trying to be measured with the spices. But so we made this earlier today, this cake, and it was a little bit of a fail. So I am also just trying to be precise, because that way when I have to make it again and hopefully try to reverse engineer and figure out what the problem was, I have to try to be precise with my replication, because I'm adjusting things along the way. So with small adjustments, you got to make sure that everything else stays precise, because then that way you know what adjusted, what made a difference and what didn't. So right now I'm actually I tasted a little bit of what I made earlier. It just didn't fully set in the middle. The cake, like, it's set as an outer ring, and the middle was just completely liquid. Like, it just did not set at all. So we're making a few adjustments. And part of it is that I wanted to bump up the spice. So I'm trying to be also precise with how much I'm bumping up the spice, so that also I'm not like going too crazy. And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Let's get our 1/2. Okay. Okay, so now in here we have our cake flour, our oat flour, our baking powder, our cinnamon, our nutmeg, our cardamom, our sea salt. Boom. Now, now we're gonna take our scale away and say thank you, scale. Okay, great. So now, okay, so now we have, yes, like a laboratory. One factor is changed to find out what it does. That avoids making the same mistake when it's all recorded. Exactly. See, you get it. Exactly. Women in STEM. That's why I say baking is women in STEM. It's science, it's math, it's engineering, it's problem solving. It's all of those things. Baking, women in STEM, people in STEM, but women in STEM. I just like saying women in STEM. Okay, so we're gonna mix our dry mix so that it's incorporated as much as possible, all mixed all together. Okay, great. So now we have our dry mix. Honey. Honey. Come here. You got a little banana there. Go. Okay, so now we're going to, now we have to mix our butter and sugar and start building out our cake batter. Oh, but we need to prep our pans. So let's prep our pans first. Our only pans. Our only pans. I still had a little cake on the edge. Springform pans are so hard to wash. The right thing is with that recorded too, then it's replicable. Exactly. Yeah, and then what I try to do, I'm trying to get in the habit too of whenever I make a change to a recipe, like saving all the different versions, like version 1, version 2, noting what the major adjustment is so that I can track the development of the recipe along the way too. Because then it shows that I'm truly developing these recipes. Okay, we've got one pan. Now, this one's still a little dirty. Okay. How many versions do you try on average till you find the right recipe? You know, I don't know if there is a proper average right now because some of them are pretty good. It also depends on who my source is. If my source of the recipe is somebody who's done a lot of the developing of the recipe themselves, then it's usually going to be pretty spot on. If I am taking their recipe and making adjustments to it, making it my own, then because I've adjusted their recipe, I have to, like, it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Like this one, this is an adjustment of a recipe that was shared. Like I found a content creator, she was generous enough to share her recipe, but then I adjusted the recipe. So like I'm not actually using her recipe, I'm using my adjusted version. And because of that, it didn't come out perfect the first time because I'm now developing the adjustment of the recipe, if that makes sense. So for example, this is going to be the second time that we make this cake. The cloud cake that I've been working on, it's been about a 75-25% success rate. The cupcakes and the little things, anything that I bake little, I have a better average with. They usually come out perfect immediately. I think there's something about like the scale. Like I'm able to properly bake little things. Hello, little batch company. But things that have a larger scale, I'm still like working on mastering. But that's why it's a learning process. And that's why I'm still in the development phase of the micro bakery. That's why I still haven't like gone and paid for the permits and like actually started charging people for my food, because like I don't feel like I'm there yet. I feel like I'm still learning, but you guys get to be here with me for the journey, so I'm so grateful that you get to watch me learn. Okay, so we're gonna take our only pans. It's literally the pans I used this morning. No soy yo. It's like this little ridge of the springform pans that makes them hard to wash. It's like food gets caught there in the ledge. And water. So it's like, ugh. Do you make only cakes or other foods too? Oh no, cakes actually is relatively new for me. I like making bread. I like making buns. I like making Mallorca buns that I grew up eating in Puerto Rico. I love making quesitos, which is like a small, again, I'm from Puerto Rico, so a lot of my inspiration, or like a lot of the first things that I learned how to bake were inspired with like what I grew up eating. So I love a quesito, I love a Mallorca, but then I also love like a cinnamon bun. There's like this really good French bread recipe that I found on the King Arthur website that's really nice. I like making milk bread. Milk bread is fun. What else? I love cupcakes. Cupcakes are fun. I've been working on trying to develop a line of pre and post gym snacks. So I actually just mailed out my first test batch yesterday, and those are more like protein treat kind of like based. So, and those are ones that I feel pretty good about the process of developing those recipes. So that's why I'm already sending them out to taste testers. So in the batch that I sent out yesterday, I sent out chocolate chia brownie bites. They're like brownie bites like that big. You guys watch me make them if you were here. And then I also sent out raspberry pistachio mini bars. And I've been working on that recipe here live. So this product line of Coach Fuel, and then there's another version of it that I'm working on that's like more girly coated. Those are getting me motivated to like actually build the business off of those. And then things like cakes and stuff like that would be more special order. Like the micro bakery wouldn't be necessarily like a cake bakery. But if you special order it, then I'll happily fulfill a special order. But I think I want to scale the business off of like little treats that are like macro friendly for you to have like either before or after the gym. And so that's going to be, I think, the focus that I'm going to take with Little Batch Company. Little treats for little batches. Okay, so we're going to take our baking pan. Puerto Rico. I wouldn't have thought. Ooh, I love an empanada. I have an empanada recipe. You know, actually, December, I'm going to have Bakemas, and we're going live every day to do something. Maybe I'll do a whole Puerto Rico week. Like maybe one of the weeks is just stuff that like I grew up eating in Puerto Rico, and we can make empanadas. That would be fun. Yeah. Remind me, don't let me forget. I think we should just do, one of the weeks should just be a Puerto Rico week. I'm planning Bakemas. Actually, what I should do is maybe for Thanksgiving we can finish the plan for Bakemas, and then that way I can release the schedule ahead of time so that you all know what we'll be making when. And that way if you want to make something, you can prep and make it along with me. So we can make it together. Okay, great. So we have our pan prepped, our only pans. We have our pans prepped. Okay, great. So now we need to move these out of the way. Move this in the way. Okay, so now we're gonna take our our sugar. Yes, I love empanadas. Empanadillas is what we call them in Puerto Rico. Well, it depends. It depends if they're fried or if they're baked, and it depends on the braiding. Because there's empanadas and there's empanadillas, but I grew up eating empanadillas. Okay. So, butter. So yeah, we'll make empanadillas. We'll make empanadillas and pastelitos and stuff like that for Bakemas. I think that would be fun. Okay, so we're gonna take our butter and our sugar. And we're gonna put 4 minutes on the clock. And we're going to, so you can see, we're gonna let this mix for 4 minutes. I'm gonna clean up while it mixes. All right, let's take a second. So now we're mashing up the banana. In Italy, empanada is called panzerotti. In Russia, seburek. Oh, nice. I love that. I want to go to every country and eat their version of an empanada or a dumpling, because everybody has meat in a dough. It's like working class people food. Street food, I love it. Cooking is interesting, relaxing in somehow. I even forgot to say meow. Meow! Meow! Okay. Meow! Meow, meow, meow. Alright, so now we have our beautiful sugar and butter. And now we're gonna add 1 egg. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, 30 seconds. We're going to add another egg. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay. Let's see. Now that reminded me to double tap. See? Thank you. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Okay, so we're going to scrape the bowl. Meow, meow. Make sure we get everything off of our meow, meow. Off of our whisk. Okay, so now okay, now we're gonna add the mashed banana. Oh no, the vanilla. Okay, vanilla. Okay, mix it in. Okay, now we have our mashed banana. Okay, great. Beautiful! Okay, so now we're gonna mix in the banana. In other streams, I get banned for saying that. I don't get it. I love to meow, but I'm somebody that meows in my everyday life. So you telling me to meow does not offend me. That just, you see me. You see me. You see I'm a meowing kind of person because I meow a lot. I sing to my dog, like, that doesn't offend me. That just tells me you see me. Just tells me you see me. Okay, so we've mixed in our banana. Now we're going to alternate our dry mix and our milk. So we're going to go 1/3 of our mix. Just like that. And then we're going to mix it in. Scraping the sides of our bowl. Just like so. Like that. just like that. Okay, great. Now half of our milk. Okay. Now we're gonna mix this gently. Just like that. Just whoop, just like that. Now we're gonna take another third of our dry, just like that. And we're gonna mix it in, just like that. Scraping the sides of our bowl. Making sure everybody shows up to the party. Great. Now we're gonna take the last of our milk, pour it in. Do you use cane sugar? Sometimes I have I have 4 kinds of sugar. So this recipe uses cane sugar, but I have cane sugar, I have granulated sugar, I have baker's sugar, and I have powdered sugar. Those are all cane sugar. Then I also have date sugar, and I also have coconut sugar, if I'm not mistaken. I have tons of because I like making adjustments to some of the recipes, and things like protein bars or protein bites. Like when I made the protein cheesecake bites, that uses date sugar, and it uses like low-fat Greek yogurt and low-fat cream cheese. Actually, I should make those again. The cheesecake bites are good. The protein cheesecake bites. The only thing about those is that you have to be local to enjoy those, unfortunately. Well, one of these days we'll scale the business to the point that I can ship frozen things. But until then, local people. Local people only for the cheesecake bites. Or anything that has to be refrigerated. But I'm so curious. I'm really excited. The first package, well, the first person that I was inspired to send a package to gets it today. So I'll be really excited to see what they say about the Coach Fuel. How about raisins in the dough? You know, I'm actually, that's where like, I'm not so Spanish rooted. I am not a fan, like I don't like raisins in my empanadas. I like raisins in some things, but like I can't think off the top of my head anything that I like raisins in baking wise. Maybe oatmeal raisin, but even then I'd rather have an oatmeal cookie by itself without the raisin. I like Raisin Bran, like I like raisin cereal. And I like raisins as ants on a log. Okay, so now we're gonna divide our batter. $326.10. 320. Oh, $329. So yeah. Okay. That's why when I compared them, it was off, because the pans are off. Okay, so 480 to 500. So let's shoot for 480. All right. Whoa. 484. Okay. 484. 484. 483. $502. Okay, we're gonna leave this as 502. 502. Okay. This is now at 0, which is odd because they don't come out the same weight. Weighed separately, but that's okay. That's for another Women in STEM moment, not now. Okay, so we're gonna get the rest of this batter slowly but surely out of this bowl with lots of precision and care. We're gonna get all of it out. Let me scrape our bowl to get all of it out. $4.80. Okay, let's see how close to 5. We'll see. Okay. Well, this one's $4.80. Let's see if we can get out. See if we can get 10 out of the other one. Okay. $4.93. $79. So let's take just the tiniest bit out of here. Swap it over. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, now let's just go $8.29, $8.08. All right, that's close enough. Okay, so let's take our little spatula and just even out the top, just like so. Great. No. Oh, hello. Yes, I'm making a cake. Oh, sorry, I've been so hyper-focused I didn't notice you guys were in the chat. Let's see. Do you German Christolen? It's sort of a cake that's made with raisins for Christmas time. Oh no, I've never heard of that. Plasma, if you have Instagram, follow me on Instagram and send me a message with that, because one of the weeks for Bakemas, I want to have an international week. Send me that cake on Instagram. Send me the name of that cake on Instagram. Send me a DM, because I want to add it to the list of things to make for Bakemas. That would be a fun one to do for International Week. But yes, so Sunflower. Hi, Sunflower. Yes, I am making, so I came across, well, I started following recently a content creator on Instagram who has, oh, let me pull this up. So I found a content creator on Instagram who's doing a series based on making, oh, okay, no worries, Plasma. Here, let me write that down. I'm going to write it down on my Bakemas. Here, you guys, give me just 1 second. Let me write this down, because I have a whole Bakemas plan. Okay. Oh, so let me talk while I look. So I started following this Instagram content creator who is doing a series based on her trying different cake recipes, because she's gonna make her she's gonna make her wedding cake. And so it was very popular, requested a hummingbird cake. And so she researched a hummingbird cake and she did some adjustments to it. So she made what she was calling a deconstructed hummingbird cake. So her version does not have crushed pineapple in the cake like hummingbird cake would traditionally have. But what she did was make pineapple curd. And so I took that adjustment and took it for my own, but I found pink pineapple at the store this week. So our curd was made with pink pineapple and passion fruit. So I'm calling mine a pink tropical hummingbird cake. And so that's what we're making today. But basically the cake base is a spiced banana cake. And so that's what we've been mixing and laying out. And right now I'm trying to, there we go, bake miss. Okay, awesome. Okay, let me write this cake down. Crystalline. Okay, International Week. And PR Week. And then it's German. Chris. You know, it's funny. I have a German half brother whose name is Christopher. Crystalline. I'm guessing Christopher is a very popular name in Germany. Crystalline, it's like a loaf of bread with white sugar flour on top for Christmas time. The cake is supposed to remind the birth of Christ. Oh, nice. Well, I have added it to my bake miss plan for International Week. I'm so excited. That's great. And if you're watching this on the replay and you have any ideas for things that you want me to do for either International Week or anything else related to celebrations, Bake Miss is basically, I'm not doing Vlogmas because I'm not really a vlogger yet. Maybe next year. But I figured I would do my version of Vlogmas, and we're doing Bake Miss. And so the idea is that every day in December, and so that's what I'm slowly preparing for now in November. So in November, I'm going to try to go live every day, but if I can't here or there, that's okay. We're going to be trying this month, but we're basically preparing for December, where the idea is that we go live every day to either bake or prep, or maybe even work on a plan for the bake for that week. But we'll be going live every single day during December for Bake Miss. So I'm softly planning like an International Week. So the German Crystalline would be great for International Week. So if there's any other international holiday celebratory recipes that either you grew up eating or you've been curious about and you wanted to see somebody try, feel free to leave them in the comments. Or if you have an Instagram, shoot me a DM. What I'm going to do now is pop these babies in the oven because we've gotten to that point of the show. And this is not NBC television magic where I can just magically pull out one that's already made, because the one I made this morning was a fail. And right now what I'm trying to do is remediate the mistakes I made and try again. Because what we do, we get back on the horse and we try again. So let me really quick check my recipe and check any adjustments that are part of this final process. So it did want the batter to rest. So that's good that we've been yapping because it's been resting. We've divided it. Great. So it wants to be baked at 325. Let me turn the light back on. Okay, great. Our oven's at 325. Great. So it wants to bake at 325 for 20 minutes, and then we're going to raise the temperature, because what happened earlier this morning was that the center of the cake did not set properly. I also had tinted it around the outside with foil because that's what the recipe had recommended, but we're adjusting that. So we're removing the foil this time from the edges because it definitely didn't bake too fast. That's what we were trying to avoid with the foil. And what we're going to do is at the end, bump it up a little bit with a little bit of heat so that it can fully set in the middle, because it was beautiful on the edge, but it was basically a ring cake, and then the inside was just all mush. So I kept half of one and I had to toss the other one because it wasn't even like, I couldn't even fix it. So, but what I did was got back on the horse and we're trying again. So yes, this is a spiced banana cake. So let's go ahead and put this baby in the oven. Very carefully so I don't burn myself. Okay, we're gonna set 20 minutes. On the clock. Okay, so I think that's where we're at for now, for today. I'm gonna clean up and go back to work. It's a quiet day at work, so I was like, oh, let me go live again. But I'm gonna go back to work. This was a cute little break. After work, I am gonna come back live again after work, and we're gonna make the no, then we're gonna turn for 20 minutes at this temperature, and then we're gonna turn the temperature up for a little bit longer. So it'll bake closer to 40 minutes. But it's just we're doing low for the first 20 minutes and then we're going to go up in temperature for the last 20 minutes. So that's what that's part of the adjustment that we're doing. So yeah, wish me luck. So yeah, I'm not gonna yap for another 40 minutes while the cake bakes. I'm gonna go check into work and get back on my computer and check on emails and stuff like that. But I adore you. I hope to see some of you again. Feel free to hit subscribe if you haven't. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, hi, I'm MeMeCherry. I like to go live and bake. I'm slowly in the process of developing a micro bakery, so if you want to stick along for that storyline and be part of the journey, feel free to hit subscribe. If you are part of the Patreon, patreon.com/MeMeCherry Productions, you might also be able to get on the VIP Taste Tester tour, because right now friends and family are in the process of getting packages in the mail to give me feedback on some of the products that I'm trying to develop that can be shipped, because I don't want my micro bakery to depend on just people that can pick it up from my back door. Like, I don't have a porch, I live in an apartment. So I'm trying to figure out what my business model is. So that's part of what we're doing here. I'm also just learning, because I like to learn new things, and it's fun to make cakes and it's fun to design and decorate them. And these ladies that make these like super duper decorated cakes, that give them all the money. Give them every single dollar they ask you for, and then give them 10%, because they're more than likely undercharging you. These cakes are not easy. So if you want to hit subscribe, just hit subscribe, even just for the sake of watching me learn, because cake is a journey. But it's a very rewarding and sweet one when it comes out well. So I'll be back live later. Hi Monica, I'm so sorry. I'm wrapping up for now, but I'll be back in a few hours. So the plan for later today is that we're going to make the mock Swiss meringue buttercream. And that's going to be the frosting that we make for the cake. And then, ideally, we are going to have some beautifully baked and leveled and sliced cakes in a few hours, because I'm really hoping that we don't get a fail again. So please, please, please cross your fingers for me. Say a little something in the universe. If it's a prayer, I love it. If it's not even just some good word, I will take it. But we'll be back live later to finish putting this cake together. And then tomorrow, because this is all for a party tomorrow, I'm baking 2 different cakes for a fruit-themed party tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, very early in the morning, I'm going to get back up and bake again, because tomorrow we're going to be making a vanilla cloud cake and a strawberry cloud cake for a vanilla and strawberry and whipped cream cloud cake. So that'll be the plan for tomorrow. So feel free to hit subscribe if you haven't. Hit that thumbs up if you can. I love you. I hope to see you again. And if I don't, I hope you have a great life. Bye.